Zahra, student ID 2520039, and I'm here to explain about listen and speak critically. Critical listening skill. The ability to think critically is a major component in effective listening. Critical listener must analyze and evaluate the speaker's message in order to determine whether they agree or disagree. This is an evaluative form of listening that encourages the listener to be more aware of the speaker's intent. In a sense, the listener must analyze and evaluate the speaker's message to determine whether they agree or disagree with the statement made by the speakers. Then, when viewed from the intent or purpose of critical listening, it's to evaluate the message so that the recipients will get the true meaning of what the speaker says to avoid misunderstanding. Clear criteria should be established for judging a message. This is particularly important when evaluating a persuasive message. Effective persuasive messages are based on prestige, reputation, and the speaker's credibility. A good persuasive speaker will emphasize the authority and trustworthiness of the message. This message will appeal to the listener at an emotive level. The critical listener must be aware of stereotypes and the speaker has to be able to evaluate message successfully. They have to be able to distinguish between fact and opinions, distinguish between emotive and informative language, detect bias and prejudice, evaluate the speaker argument, recognize devices used to manipulate opinions, draw inferences and make judgments, check misunderstanding by asking questions, delay judgments, know how to discharge in an agreeable way. The following list provides some citable activities from encouraging critical listening. 1. Examine the message. 2. Analyze the advertisement. 3. What do really means? 4. What the issue? 5. Main idea pyramid. Analyze the advertisement. Analyzing advertisement involves listening to an advertisement and deciding to the device being used to influence the audience. Encourage students in the early phase to look at the advertisement critically by imitating advertisement they have seen or heard on television, the internet, or the radio. Students in older phases can develop this activity further by developing their own script and advertisement. Studying advertisement can help students to compare statements used to be support brands or products to make inference and to distinguish fact from opinion, provide information for students to analyze. What do I really mean? Encourage students to check for misunderstanding and subtitle in what they hear. Someone may say, it's cool in here, when they really means, close the door. Class or group discussion of statements like this will improve student ability to make inference about the speaker intended message. What the issue? Students can take part in discussion on controversial, serious, or interesting issues. Individuals in the audience listen to the element of the argument being presented and investigate and analyze the effectiveness of the device the speaker used to present their view. And main idea pyramid. The main idea pyramid is a graphic organizer that helps students determine and record important information they have heard. It is a graphic organizer that helps to show the relationship between supporting details and the main idea. Students listen to a spoken text or part of a text in small groups and note the facts and ideas they heard. After read the parts, then discuss and record a main idea statements. It forms the second level pyramid. Then use the information to create a main idea from the top level of the pyramid. Effective listeners know how to reflect on their listening and set goals for improvement. Effective listener 1. Can analyze and critically evaluate what they have heard. 2. Can review notes made during listening and add new or reconfirmed information. 3. Are able to develop a new or deeper understanding of the topic and the listening experience through discussion and questioning. 4. Set goals for further listening. Speak critically. Speak critically. A. Language function. In speaking, students need to pay attention to the purpose of the language, then the topic, the form of the language, the place where you have heard these kinds of language before, and whether you already know about this topic or not. In addition, we need to consider whether the idea in the topic are fact or opinion, what is included in it, and what is left out is also important for us to pay attention to. Then it's also important to pay attention to who agree with those opinions and how you can respond to the conversation. Language features. In language, students need to pay attention to how the language is arranged and whether the argument can provide an explanation or just make you confused. The types of sentence selections, vocabulary is also important to note. How many speakers repeat keywords and how they position themselves in front of the audience. Audience consideration of the relationship between the speakers and the audience is an important consideration to know the interest of the audience in the conversation. In this case, it can also make it a little easier for us about their opinion, whether they agree or not. The tone. The tone becomes the next consideration. How the speaker transfers the language. In addition, the choice of words is also important to influence the audience, so that the audience linguistic device can also be considered. How speakers use analogies, idiom, and what are the effects of using them, whether they are effective or not. This critical listening is one of the skills that allow you to listen while assessing whether the information you hear is reliable or not. So, if this skill improves his statement according to what he hears, it means that it can be said to be true and includes critical listening. And the critical listening is done with the aim of uncovering the speaker, view, and ideology. So, if the child speaks and improvises his statement is still in accordance with the topic, that can also be said to be true or a critical speaking. And vice versa, in the child's speak or the child's statement is not in accordance with the topic heard and discussed, then that is wrong or does not include listening and speaking critically. So, in listening, we prioritize understanding the message. A new evaluation is carried out either after the presentation or lecture. While listening involves 5 stages, namely receiving, understanding, remembering, assessing, and responding. I think enough for me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.